Now, I'll come back to the economy and the euro. I think it is extremely worrying that we seem to go back to nationalism, to distrust, to making caricatures of each other. And I think that it's in our common interest that we do not dissolve the currency union, even if we have parallel euro and national currencies. I mean, because if we have national currencies, then why not local currencies as well? Huh? Each village could have its own currency as we used to. How much chance do you have that such a currency would become the reserve currency in the world? Could it compete with the dollar? Because this is the thing. We live in a wider world. We're not competing with each other. We are competing with other parts of the world. And while we are navel gazing and distrusting each other, you know, the Chinese are laughing their heads off because they are developing. And then the lights went out.
That's a problem for this building, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
They move around. Like someone's getting these little steps.
Is this like in my office? If you don't move enough, then
that's right.
See?
Well done.
It's an environmental.
By a Greek.
Yeah. No, so I do not think that the solution lies in dissolving the Eurozone and going back to a past that never existed, to a past that only exists in our minds, and thinking that, you know, life was so much better when we were all sort of cozy amongst each other. No, we live in the world of today, and if we want to continue our way of life, our quality of life, the prosperity that we have, if Europe wants to play a role in the world and have a say in the world, if Europe wants to remain amongst the biggest and strongest economies in the world, then the only way forward is a strong European Union based on community decision-making, not intergovernmentalism. And therefore I think that and I'll conclude on this, Chair, because I think I'm using up my time. I find it extremely worrying to see that our political leaders, our national political leaders, seem to be unable to move into the 21st century, take responsibility for the Eurozone. I find it striking, I said it in the debate last week, when you look at the euro and when you look at all the plans for economic governance that have been proposed, we hear many national parliaments say, "Oh no, we don't want this. You know, this is an area of national sovereignty. Brussels, butt out." I've heard from many national member states what they don't want. I have not heard what they do want. I have not heard one single member state take responsibility for the Eurozone and the European Union as a whole. They still see Europe as the cooperation between 27 national governments. Well, those days are over. If we want to make this project work, then we will have to do it together. We will have to do it on the basis of trust. That's not easy. Trust is a big challenge. But if you look at the developments in the world of today, people in the Middle East are preparing for tomorrow. They are breaking down structures that have been there for centuries in many cases. Well, they have to trust each other. They will have to have courage and confidence for the future and change. And there's a saying that I like very much. It said that the only person really welcoming a change is a wet baby. Everybody else will resist because we think that change is scary, and we think that, you know, just as scary as people in other countries. But I do think that it's the only way forward. We don't go backwards. There is no way back. We don't want to go back. If we want to preserve our way of life, the only way is a stronger Europe, and that is not an intergovernmental Europe, that is the community Europe. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.